Her childhood memories of those golden rule days, the homework, the field trips, the playground. And if we were lucky enough to call our teacher our best friend, there was perhaps nothing more precious. But the bond between student and teacher is usually temporary, ending with summer recess or graduation. However, in the case of 13-year-old Belinda Mills, the bond with her teacher was deeper and more permanent, and on one occasion proved to be nothing short of miraculous. After the death of Belinda's mother, when Belinda was only 9 years old, the little girl and her father were left to look at life through a veil of tears. To make matters worse, she had been born extremely nearsighted, and so was forced to wear thick, unattractive glasses, which only made it more difficult for her to make friends and have self-confidence in the school environment.
Can you see the numbers? Maybe you need a magnifying glass. Oops, forgot. You already got a pair of those.
Luckily for Belinda, she'd gotten a very special teacher, Mary Anderson, who understood that teachers can literally change the course of a young life. Ms. Anderson had worked closely with Belinda on improving her reading skills despite her poor eyesight. The two had become fast friends, and now, with Belinda moving up to junior high school, they might never see each other again. Belinda had left behind a drawing from Ms. Anderson that showed just how Belinda felt about their parting.
Hey, Belinda, who does this remind you of?
But there were parts of Belinda's school life that she was anxious to leave behind.
What are you gonna do now? Go home to Mommy and cry?
No. My mom died when I was 9.
Can I give you a hand? Hey, thanks for the picture you drew me. It means a lot to me.
I hoped you'd like it.
Oh, yeah. But you know, you're a lot prettier than the way you drew yourself. Come on, I've got something for you, too. Come on, it's right in here. Come on. Come on. You ready?
Yep.
You said you wanted a picture of me. There's one inside.
That's you?
Mm-hmm. When I was your age, they used to call me Metal Mouth.
But you're so pretty.
I grew up. So will you.
I want to be just like you. And sometimes I wish you were my mom.
Hi. You must be Ms. Anderson. I'm Don, Belinda's dad.
Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Look what Ms. Anderson gave me. Isn't it pretty?
Oh, that's nice. Hey.
Oh, before I forget, I also want to give you my address. Visit me, okay? Whenever you can.
Thank you.
Thanks, but Belinda rarely visits anyone. With my work schedule, it's hard for me to find time to take her anyplace.
I could take the bus.
We'd better get going. It was very nice to meet you. I'm sorry it had to be on Belinda's last day here.
Well, all right then. It was very nice meeting you. Bye, Belinda.
Bye.
Then Belinda said goodbye to her favorite teacher for what she believed would be the last time. She could not have imagined that she would be seeing Ms. Anderson again soon, and would never have dreamed of the way that meeting would come about.
You want to go see her, don't you? I'm sorry, honey. I'm worried about you. You could lose your glasses. You could get hit by a car or something. I'm glad you got such a good friend. When your mother died, well, you need other friends besides me. Guess I'm just a little jealous.
Of Ms. Anderson?
Yeah. It's a really nice locket. I should have gotten something for you like that a long time ago.
You do a lot of cool things for me. You're the best dad in the world. I love you very much.
Belinda knew that her father was doing the best he could at raising a daughter by himself, and she understood that he felt left out by her love for Ms. Anderson. That night, Belinda's father found his relationship with his daughter had yet taken another dramatic turn. It began with a dream, a nightmare of fear and terror. He saw Belinda running hysterically from a house he'd never seen before, but it was unclear exactly what was going wrong or who was in danger. And yet, there was no question in his mind that this was no ordinary dream. He knew that whatever terrible thing he had envisioned would actually come true and pose a terrible threat to his beloved daughter.
See you later.
Now more worried about his daughter's safety than ever, Belinda's father kept her at home as much as possible while he worked long hours as a county maintenance supervisor. Throughout the long summer, Belinda tended the house and waited for the approach of the new school year.
But when are you ever going to let me do something by myself?
That's Phyllis. I asked her to come and check on you.
Friendly neighbors checked in on her throughout each day, but for the most part, Belinda Mills spent each day alone.
So if you need anything, give me a call. See you guys.
Hi.
August came and went, and at last it was September. The local schools opened their doors for a new year of classes. On the other side of town, Ms. Anderson made her preparations for the first day of classes as well. It was her tradition to give each of her new students some treat of her own concoction, so the last days of August were usually spent in mixing batter and baking sheet after sheet of cookies and brownies. Ms. Anderson was up early to finish the last batch, just so she could bring them to school as fresh as possible. But on this first day of school, the pilot light in her once reliable old gas range suddenly went out. So invisible, deadly gas was slowly seeping into the room, filling the air all around Mary Anderson. At the same time, Belinda was getting ready to face a new year at a new school, a school with all new teachers and no Ms. Anderson. While she was packing her lunch, her father asked if she had heard the phone ring.
No.
Hello? Yes, it is. Yes, I am. Of course. Go ahead. Let me get your address.
Belinda had not heard the phone ring, and yet an
Okay,
important
I will be
call
right
had
over
come
there.
through, the
What was your
report
name?
of a dangerous gas leak.
Who was that?
Oh, there's a gas leak across town. It sounds serious. I've got to get right over there.
Why'd they call you? You don't check gas leaks.
I know, pretty weird, huh? You didn't hear the phone ring. Oh, come on, we got to get going. I'm not going to be able to take you all the way to school.
Do you trust me to ride the bus?
For a moment, his memory of his nightmares returned to him, but he decided to trust Belinda to take care of herself.
Sure. Please be careful, though.
I promise.
Okay, come on, I'll drive you.
Belinda's father had never let her ride a bus by herself before. Today, she knew, marked her passage into junior high school, but into other new worlds as well.
exactly.
Meanwhile, unknown to anyone, the unignited natural gas in Ms. Anderson's stove was quietly overtaking her. Soon, there would be no breathable air left for her at all. And Donald Mills, on his way to answer the report of the failed gas line, was suddenly cut short in his rescue attempt. Belinda had just arrived at her new school when another student carelessly bumped into her from behind. Alone, unable to see without her glasses, on her way to an unfamiliar school filled with strangers, Belinda now wished her father was there to help her. Suddenly, Belinda remembered that she still carried the paper on which Ms. Anderson had written her address. It did not occur to her that Miss Anderson should, at that time of day, have been at her own school, or that a city bus ride might cost more money than Belinda had. She acted out of instinct and desperation.
I can't see, and I have to get here. Can you help me?
Have a seat. This bus goes right where you're going. It's not far.
Thank you.
Sure thing.
At the same moment, a police officer happened to pass Donald Mills's vehicle.
Can I help you, sir?
Yeah, I'm Donald Mills. I'm a maintenance super for the county utilities office. Supposed to be checking a gas leak over on the north side. My truck just died on me.
When did you get the call?
About a half hour ago.
Let's go.
Great, thank you.
Minute after minute passed, the noxious fumes filling Ms. Anderson's lungs with every shallow breath she took.
Now there's the building you want. You see it?
Uh-huh.
Your paper says it's number 1.
Thank you.
Oh, it was nothing. I have a daughter. I hope someone would help her if she was lost.
Bye.
Bye.
Unable to read the numbers on the doors, Belinda began to panic. But the touch of the locket Ms. Anderson had given her reassured her, and she became calm enough to think clearly. She realized the door numbers would probably be raised enough for her to feel their shapes.
Miss Anderson? It's Belinda. Is anybody here?
Go that way. What's that for?
Even though the gas leak had not yet been proven to be an emergency, the police officer suddenly decided that it should be treated as one.
Miss Anderson! Miss Anderson! Wake up, Miss Anderson! Please, wake up! Help! Help! Somebody help me! Please, please, help me! Please, please help me, please!
Somebody help me. Please. Please. Help me. Please. Please help me.
Are you all right? How did you get here?
It's Miss Anderson. She's in there.
She's unconscious. I'll turn off the gas and call an ambulance. You get her outside.
In only a few more minutes, the building would have reached the point where the slightest spark would have triggered a violent explosion. But the line between life and death might well have already passed for Ms. Anderson.
You'll be all right. We'll get you to the hospital real soon. And you, young lady, you should be quite proud of yourself. You just saved this woman's life.
Belinda? Mr. Mills? What happened?
Somebody called me about a gas leak in your apartment. They gave me your address. Wait a minute, this isn't your address. This is nowhere near your place.
Then, Dad, how did you know to get here?
I don't know. For some reason, I told the police officer to drive right to your building. I don't know why.
I'd say the two of you took care of me pretty well.
In the weeks that followed, Belinda's father and Ms. Anderson became very close, filling gaps in each other's lives that they never knew existed. In a very short time, Belinda grew in confidence and self-esteem and gained many new friends at the junior high school.
Come on. That's great. Bye-bye.
And as Donald Mills and Mary Anderson grew closer, it became clear that Belinda would soon get her dearest wish, that Ms. Anderson could be her mother.
My husband went straight to the place where the danger was and helped in the rescue. It wasn't a place where he was sent. It wasn't even close. He just happened to go to the one place in the city where he was needed. It was more than a coincidence. It was a miracle.